It's gonna take a lot of love
to change the way things are. Good afternoon and welcome to Through the Static. I'm really excited that I am in the studio. I get to see Mark in person. I get to see the studio in person. We get to do a Facebook Live in the station. I've got this handsome, or as they say in Spanish, guapo guy next to me who is my
Muy
co-host.
guapo.
Yes, Elix, Coach Elix is also in the house. And we haven't been here for ages. It's been a long time since I've been here. So the greatest thing about coming here is that everyone gets to see us. So if you're watching me, see me wave. I love as I started waving, the camera goes and just comes right on me. See, it's me, Steven.
I think the camera goes right on you the moment you walk in. There's like a little person behind that camera just focusing.
Oh, I don't know where
Just
to go.
move along, Betty. Move along. There's nothing else to say. Just move along.
But it's really cool to be here. And earlier, before we got here, Elix and I went to my office in Stoughton. Yes.
Is your volume?
No, it's off.
Okay.
Why
I don't know because I hear some.
Barely, right?
Could be
Mox?
that one's volume over there.
Bruins.
Oh, God.
No, I think the B doesn't stand for Bruins. It stands for Ballbuster. Him.
Yeah.
He's trying to play with my head.
Yeah. But I think we're good.
We're good now.
We're good.
So we went to my office and packed everything up. As most of you probably know, September 22nd, I had a traumatic event there that almost barely jumped off the platform, that completely detached.
Well, you
from
jumped,
the
not
building.
barely. You jumped up. You had to jump off.
No,
Otherwise-
barely made it though. That's
you
what I'm
made
saying.
it. You barely made it
Yeah.
back onto the building.
Back
Otherwise,
into the doorway.
Yes.
And it was, and it still is, very traumatic. So I have not, since that day, September 22nd, today is the first day, right? I've been back to the office.
Yes.
I did not even want to go back to the office. And when we pulled in, I immediately started feeling nauseous. And so we did pack stuff up. Thank God I don't have a lot of stuff there.
And thank God you have an amazing husband that takes such good care of you.
Is he here today?
Well, I don't know. You tell me. Mm-hmm.
That's right. He's from Colombia. See,
Yeah.
Mario. That's what his name is.
Okay, yeah.
No, thank God for Elix and coming with me. So, it helped because both of us got to do at the same time packing. And so tomorrow, movers are coming to help me to move to my new office, which is in New Bedford. So it's so exciting. It shaves off at least about 22, 23 minutes from coming from the Cape to Stoughton. And it's also such an easier route as opposed to doing 495 and 24, which can be just a monster. It's just 195. So everything works out. I think Erica on Facebook Live, I think she said everything turns out the way it's supposed to. Everything happens the way it's supposed to, and it does. But
it always does. But by the way, I just want to also give a shout out to the Whalen team: Bill Whalen, Marie, Pepin, Jason, Camera, and the team at Whalen, because they've been incredibly helpful to us in this transition.
You just completely stole my glory.
Well,
I was going to do that, but that's
isn't that the story of my life? Stephen telling me you stole my glory. Well, you can give them a shout out.
I love everyone that Elix just mentioned. I love you guys. There's nobody more kind, more compassionate, more caring, just good people. And there's just not a lot of them around. There just isn't. I mean, I certainly hope, and I'm always just a lot of faith that there are more than I think. So, and I'm sure there are, but I just know for a fact that these guys are amazing. Starting with Bill, to his wife Missy, who we love, and everybody else that works with Bill. It's just they're all amazing. So,
I actually disagree with you. I think there's plenty of them around. Just like what you say with spirit, you have to really look for the signs, and then the signs will show up. So you got to really look for the good people, and the good people will show up.
Well, I love that. And that's how we met Mark, the good people, and got here. And I haven't mentioned that today is it. for Through the Static.
The finality.
It's the finality. By the way,
he's into big words today. So finality.
I'm
is
also
one of
just.
them.
I want to make sure I'm very clear too that I am not doing readings today. No readings. I can't do readings on my last episode because it will just consume the entire show, and I don't want that. I want to open the lines if people want to call and say hi, want to say goodbye, want to say they had a great reading, they want to, whatever the case may be.
Or how handsome you are. You'll welcome that big time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A
but if you call and say he's handsome, you better be calling and saying, I'm handsome. Because if you don't include me in that conversation, there's going to be a lot of trouble. Just saying.
But as we always do, after we take the first break, if there are people calling in, we'll speak to them. I hope there are.
I think there are.
Because after 4+ years of doing this show, I gotta say, it is. I said this on Facebook Live that I never in a million years would have thought that I could do a radio show, a program that was mine, that I could that was all mine, right? And could have you, Elix, as a co-host. And there's been times that you, for whatever reason at work, couldn't be here for the show. And, I've done the show, and for the amazing, great people that call every week for readings, it's not just about doing readings. I love doing readings. That's my whole purpose in life, right? When I figured this out. But it was more about just hearing people's voices and just connecting with them. And one thing that I never really get to tell people is that when I do readings, I'm a really lucky guy because I get to feel what you felt with your loved ones. So sort of, even though I didn't know, and sometimes I don't know the people at all that are calling, and sometimes
Actually,
I do.
Most of the time you don't.
Right. And I don't, certainly if I don't know the people I'm speaking to, I don't know their loved ones. But it is for me like a family reunion, because if you think about it, when if a caller comes in, or if I'm doing a Zoom reading, or if I'm doing an in-person reading, when the person sits and I start, immediately your loved ones are already there, but immediately they start chatting, and they sort of, at the beginning, they sort of line up. But then it's very quickly that they don't listen to me at all. They just all chat at the same time, and I got to try to decipher who's saying what and who's coming through. But I know it's all meant for the person, whoever I'm reading. Excuse me. But it's almost like if you had a 4th of July picnic, and all your family came. Let's pretend all your family that I'm speaking about were living. They all came on an annual 4th of July picnic at, say, Uncle Danny's huge house. And you had a great time, right? They're all around, they're all talking. Same exact thing, the way a reading works, is that even though they're in spirit, they do the same thing. They bring me into an arena that almost feels like Uncle Danny's house when I'm with that particular person. But usually, always, I'm able to say exactly who the aunt or uncle is, or mother or dad, with the names. But they actually bring me there, and I get to not only share the messages, but I feel what it's like to be in that environment with the person I'm reading and their loved ones. How fortunate, how amazing is that I get to do that. So it's not just about people coming up to me and saying, oh my God, Stephen, I wish I could do what you do. I wish I could do what mediums do. I mean, I get that because I used to be one of them, right? Oh my God, what? You can do that? But it's more than that. When you really figure out, and it's not just as a medium, but I think when you figure out, like we were talking on Facebook Live, when you figure out what your passion is and what your purpose is, everything falls into place. Mm-hmm. And you get these levels that you never felt before, and this higher consciousness that you never felt before. It's pretty unique. And there's no question that that's the reason 4+ years I've been able to do Through the Static, because of how everything was set up. And I'm going to get into it a little bit later, hopefully, if I have time, just something I want to talk about when I teach my class, which I think everybody should hear. And it is connecting to spirit and connecting to your loved ones. So,
and your classes are available at StephenTheMedium.com. So you don't have to wait for a new class. You just finish.
You can purchase them right now.
You just finished Part two
of the intermediate class, which is hasn't come up yet on my website to purchase. But I got to tell you, I love
It's coming on.
teaching.
Coming up.
Yes,
Right?
and I love, love, love teaching, and the students that I teach, the participants are amazing.
Well, it
And-
speaks volumes that every single one that started has done every single class that you've done.
Yeah,
And
there are-
and they already told you whenever you come up with the next one, they're doing it no matter what.
You know, the intermediate class, there were 11. I capped it at 10. I only wanted 10 so I could have this a very personal class.
It's an
And-
intimate.
Yes.
group.
And then this woman who I had read before, the day before the class started, she sent me an email like begging me, please, I need this class. I know I'm supposed to be in your class. So I said, okay, come in. So there's 11. So then, that was in the spring. And I told them, based on most of the participants saying, please do part 2, which I just finished doing. And out of those 11 students, 7 came back. More than half the class came back. That's pretty amazing. And I think 3 of them that didn't come back told me why they weren't coming back, which was something that was going on with them. They all loved the class, and I love teaching it. So it's been great. You know what? We got to take a break. So 508-222-1320 if you want to call in. Again, I'm not doing readings today because it's my last show here at WARA through the static. So, but I would love to speak to you. So call us when we get back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium. I am your host with co-host.
Coach Helix.
Co-host. That's like Dorothy on Golden Girls. Get some help. It's amazing when you watch Golden Girls. I don't know if you people watch Golden Girls. I don't even know where I'm going in with
I
this.
have no idea.
However, Dorothy always talked like she pronounced everything.
She enunciates everything.
Somebody call for help. So, and we always make fun of that. So, just to remind anybody who is calling that I am not doing readings. It is my, as I said on Facebook Live, my finality, even though I meant to say my finale, but spirit is messing with my head, so I can't speak. So, but this is, let's just go to the callers. Hi, this is Stephen.
Hi, this is Susan. How are you?
I'm good, Susan. How are you?
Good. I just want to congratulate you on your 4 years here at WARA, and I've enjoyed listening to you all the time.
Oh, Susie, thank you so much.
We talked about Golden
you.
Girls first, and now
And
this is
Susan,
Seinfeld.
and then, yeah.
Susie. It's not
Yeah.
Suze.
No, it's
it's
not.
Susie.
Yeah, it's Susie.
Yeah,
Oh,
No,
I-
but Susan, thank you for calling and saying that.
Yes.
I cannot believe it's been over 4 years of doing the show.
I know. I just want to say, it's been a pleasure watching you from the beginning, finding out you had this gift of just watching you grow and how amazing you are. And, I love you. So I just wanted you to know that.
Oh, Susie, thank you. Susan and I have been friends since high school. That's how long we go back. And yeah, I mean, Susan really means it when, just like Elix, that Susan saw this unravel, right? This whole mediumship piece, which is amazing, Croak. So, and her nickname, by the way, is Croaks. Yeah, and how she got that nickname from years ago is that we started calling her Susie Croquettes, and I don't know what happened, but we just lost everything except the Croaks. We got rid of the Susie and the Kets, and we kept Croaks. So Croaks. Yeah. Everybody knows you by Croaks.
And it works. Yeah.
Yes, I know. Yeah, it works.
My whole family knows who Croaks is.
I know. Well,
even my mom, my 97-year-old mom.
Where's
Is
Croaks?
Croaks coming?
that's so funny. I know.
It is. But Croaks, listen, thank you, Susan, for calling.
You're welcome.
I love
All
you
right.
too, and I'll be in
right.
touch with you. All righty.
Yep.
All righty. Bye-bye. Another? Hi, this is Stephen.
Oh, hi. Stephen?
Yes.
Hello. I am so sad to hear this because I had no idea that this was your last show. I'm so glad I tuned in. I just discovered you in the past year.
Oh.
And I guess I've become, in the past year, I've become sort of agoraphobic and housebound. So got into radio, and I discovered WARA and your show. And I love you guys. You're so funny, too. And I really look forward to most Wednesdays I catch it, and I really look forward to it. And I'm not entirely clear what happened, but I just heard now that this is the last show, so I'm very sad about that. And I get what. Can I just ask you? Is it something where you went out on? You have a terrace in your office, and you went to water the plants, and the deck came unattached from the building, and you.
What is your name?
My name's Bob.
Bob, I'm so glad you called, and thank you for all those comments that you just made. And I got to tell you, I feel exactly the same way for the listeners or about the listeners. I really do. I love all you guys that are listening, and always remember too that you get Elix and I Fridays on Elix's show at 1 o'clock. Get a grip with Coach Elix. So remember that. So at 1 o'clock.
That's still going on.
Yes, it is.
I'm not going anywhere, Bob.
But I did, Bob. In September 22nd, I in between clients, I went out my private entrance and I went to just throw out some water from a pot. And when I could feel my feet moving, and I turned around and saw the entire structure. I mean, it's like a staircase. It's like the height of a third floor, and the whole entire structure detached from the building. And I dropped the pot, and I just leaped. And when I tell you, Bob, barely got on. Like I one leg got up on the doorway, and then I pulled myself up with the doorknob, and then I heard behind me, before I even had a chance to turn around, this horrific crashing and crunching, and the entire thing just completely collapsed. It was very traumatic. So
Well, like it went out from under you. The staircase just went out from under you. The deck just you were left like gravity.
Yes.
You were in midair and you had to dangle.
yes,
The floor went out from under you.
yeah,
Yes.
the whole structure just
It's
moved.
like a disaster movie.
Away from the building, and it was. You know what?
It's surreal. I mean, that is a very once in a million. That's not. Was it a structural thing, or the building had weakened, or do they know why it happened?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really get into that.
But
you can get an idea of why a structure would just completely detach from a building. That's not the normal thing.
You're the. I have to laugh going back. The first time I heard you guys, you made a Xanadu joke, and I'm a huge Xanadu fan, and I was crushed when ONJ passed away too. And when you made the Xanadu reference, I said, "Oh, this guy's for me." But I think the first, I don't know if Helix was there. Then the next time when I heard the two of you together, I'm thinking, but you had never mentioned Lucy up till that point, and I'm thinking these guys remind me of a male version of Lucy and Desi. He's the sensible one with the common sense and the thick Cuban accent, Puerto Rican, and you're this like the dizzy psychic who loses his own car keys.
Honestly,
I'm
Bob,
gonna
do you know
steal that.
Steven?
I'm gonna steal that.
Have you met
Dizzy
Steven
psychic.
before? Because that's the best description I've heard of Steven. That's exactly who he is.
Dizzy psychic, Bob. I'm stealing that. I'm telling you, I'm stealing that. I'm going to use it somewhere on my website.
I mean it in a good way. I just thought of you two as like the male Lucy Ricardo and Ricky Ricardo, and just in the last month you mentioned it yourself that you that you think of, there was, you saw the connection anyway yourself, and then you mentioned that you listen to some Lucy podcasts, and I said, oh, so they are Lucy fans.
Oh,
okay.
We are
yes.
absolutely Lucy fans.
Yes.
And by the way, Bob, you could, if you want to, stay in touch with us, go to Stephen the Medium's YouTube page and take a look at our YouTube series, Steelix. You'll get a big kick out of that.
Yeah, there's 4 episodes, and
more
soon,
coming.
Soon some great stuff coming.
Listen, I didn't even know till today that you had the classes that you mentioned, the 10, 11 students. I'd be interested in taking a class. I know you give readings, but listen, I tried to contact you through the radio station over the summer about, I know you utilize your law services. I'd be interested in, hiring you for your legal services as well, but I also would be interested in taking a class. But I called the station to see about the legal, and they said, well, you'll have to contact him direct.
Well, exactly. The great thing, Bob, on my website, my email's there, so it's very simple, so you can always certainly reach out to me. But I got to tell you, thank you. You made my day of calling and hearing exactly, again, it's parallel. What you said to me about the show of me and Elix is exactly how I feel about you and everybody that listens. And remember, Bob, I'm not going away. There's I'm moving forward because
new stuff coming.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you just survived a miracle. I mean,
Yes.
in the way I'm picturing it, it's so surreal that I'm trying to think, like within an inch of your life, you were hanging by a thread. You could have gone down with the staircase. So
Could have, yes.
I mean, it really was like a miracle.
It was. There was no question, Bob, and that's the great thing about doing the show. There was no question that it was my loved ones in spirit. It was angels. It was guardian angels. It was a whole team that in just one decision, 1 second, if I didn't get off that platform, when the firemen came and the police came and the EMTs came, and I was crying, I was shaking, and they immediately knew I was on top of it, just based on the way I was emotionally, and all of them said the same thing to me, that this would not have been a good scenario if you didn't get off it, that you either would have died or a broken neck or a broken back. It was, I'm just so glad and fortunate, and don't take anything for granted that I was able to be here right now, and I'm in one piece. So
thank God you survived it, and I wish you all of God's blessings for the future and your new start and everything. But I will try to. I'm not very technologically. I have an iPad. You know, I can try to do an email and contact you that way. Sure, but I tried it earlier in the summer and I didn't work out. But I did contact Helix's website to sign up or something, and I was getting emails, and I don't know.
Well, try it again. Go back to my website and try it again. Look at my email and shoot me an email. Bob, we got to take a break because it's 5:30.
Okay.
But thank you so much for calling. Make sure you listen to us on Fridays at 1 o'clock and be in touch. Shoot me an email, okay?
Okay.
All right,
Very
Bob.
good.
Thank you again, and listen,
Thank you,
have a great
Bob.
day, and we will be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is your host, Stephen the Medium, and I was just told that Coach Helix wants to say something.
I have a follow-up to Bob's comment about
the dizzy
the
psychic?
DC psychic that loses his keys. So this past weekend, I've been in Florida all week for business. Stephen comes to meet me Friday week because we had plans to go to Disney. And Sunday, we met our cousin and my sister at Disney Springs. So now Stephen and I are staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge. So we took a Uber or a taxi to the to Disney Springs to meet them.
Oh, here we go.
We got there, and I said to Stephen, call Holly to ask her where she is, so we can find a place to meet. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. So we're walking into Disney Springs. There's this amazing display. It's a Christmas display, and he gets Holly on the phone, the phone, his cousin, and he's talking to her like normal, like, yeah, we're here. Where are you? Blah blah. But as he's talking, he's like, oh my God, look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. And I'm like, Stephen, pay attention. So, anyways, he hangs up with Holly. I just turned to him and I said, "Where is she?" He looks at me with a serious face and says, "I don't know." I'm like, "Were you not just on the phone with your cousin? And the purpose of the call was to find out where she is." Oh, yeah. He had a whole conversation and was so distracted by everything around him that he had no idea where she was. I'm like, "Oh, my God, Steven, you are really a classic." So, Bob, you're absolutely, to say he's a DC psychic is the best description ever. Just saying.
In my defense, though, across from the Christmas store was a Goofy's chocolate store. Now, Goofy is my favorite, right, in
Yes.
Disney. So I got Christmas on one side, Goofy on the other side. I thought I was capturing what she was saying,
But
and then when we hung
were
up,
listening
I had
to
no
nothing.
idea what
Yeah,
she just said.
He heard
Yeah.
nothing.
And I had never been to Disney Springs and shop. I mean, put me near stores, and I'm very excited, right?
Yeah.
So it was really exciting.
That's
so
Steven the Medium for
let's
you.
go to a caller. That's Stephen the Medium. Hi, this is Stephen the Medium. Who's this?
Hi, it's Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
I'm your Goofy shirt girl.
Yeah, the Goofy shirt. I love that. I absolutely love that. And
I'm glad you like your shirt, or I hope you do.
are you kidding me? Of course I do. So Michelle, actually, clearly, I have said this before. As a matter of fact, I told Elix when I got to Florida, I just want to be very clear that if Goofy agrees to marry me, I'm like filing the divorce petition. Just saying.
Uh-oh. No, don't do that.
Sadly. Yes.
Sadly. But no, and Michelle sent me this phenomenal. Michelle, do you know how difficult it is to find just a Goofy shirt?
I know it is.
It's very, so thank you for doing that. And of course, do I love it? Of course I love it. Do I love it?
Yes, you do.
Yes, of course I do. So,
Yeah.
but I'm so glad that you called, Michelle.
I don't know. You see, that's funny. You said the Goofy shirt, and then here I am. So there you go. You are something. You are something special. You really are. You've done some special readings. One, first time after I lost my husband, my girlfriend told me to call the station, and I got right through to you.
Wow.
So that had to be his doing. I don't know.
Of course.
And then you did a Zoom thing with me in last August, a year ago. And now I'm going to do your one on November 15th, too. I can't wait.
Oh, you're part of the November 15th?
Yes.
I love that, Michelle. I love that. So that's an intimate Zoom. It's only 8 people. All 8 people get read. I cannot wait to do it. My first one is Thursday, so I'm doing.
Yes, I know it is. I tried to get in that one, but I couldn't. But
yeah.
that's okay.
Well, they went quickly, so I'm going to be posting some other ones as well as some in-person ones too. So, which is really exciting. But I am, you know what that is. I say this to Elix all the time, Michelle. Honestly, one of the biggest, if not best, perks of what I do is getting to meet phenomenal people like yourself. Seriously,
Yeah.
it's just
No,
it's
you are.
it's
You
one
both
of the
are.
best things. I always come into readings just always knowing that I'm just the messenger. I'm not the one that the light should be shined on, unless it's really good lighting and it shows my hair. No, I'm kidding.
And
Michelle.
there's a filter.
What? How do you use a filter?
Okay.
Michelle, you know what? You sent me the Goofy T-shirt. You know what I'm sending you? A Puerto Rican. Just telling you.
Okay,
And a
that's
UPS,
fine. I'll take 'em.
and a UPS box or FedEx, whichever
take
one's
'em.
cheaper. I'm sending them off.
My last dog that I lost was 16 years old. She was from Puerto Rico.
Oh, 16.
She was a rescue. Yeah, I had her for 16 years. So
I love that, Michelle. But what I was just saying is that I feel the same way about how I doing this and doing what I love. I get to meet such just incredible people. So I thank you for calling, Michelle. I thank you for my T-shirt, and Elix can attest how much I wear that T-shirt. It's my favorite T-shirt. It's Goofy. It's my
that's
favorite.
good. Well, you two are awesome.
Thank
You've given
you.
me so much. You've given me so much. Well, a little bit of peace anyhow since my husband passed.
Oh,
I
I'm
love it
so
when
glad, Michelle. And make sure you stay tuned because we've got some pretty incredible things coming up with Steelix.
Good. Okay.
Michelle,
will.
thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you, guys.
All
Love
right.
ya.
Thank you.
I love you too. Bye-bye.
You like Goofy because you're Goofy.
Yeah, no, I'm Goofy, a dizzy psychic.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next caller. Hi, this is Steven. Yeah.
Hi,
Hi. Who's this?
how are you?
Who is this?
It's Heidi.
Hi, Heidi.
How are you?
I'm good, Heidi. How are you?
Good. Hi, Elix.
Hi, Heidi.
I love it. I love it when people go right to Elix too. It's like such a great thing. I tell people they don't come for me; they come for Elix, right? I mean, it's just it just is the
Well,
way
you
it
come
is.
as a, yeah, you're a pair, so you have to, you know.
We're a package.
Exactly. That's why we
It's a
combined the
package, yes,
names.
a package.
Exactly, Heidi, to Steelix. So I'm so glad that you called on this finale, or as I call it, the finale.
Finality.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Hopefully my aunt's watching.
oh
Hey.
yes, exactly. But your aunt is down in an island, right?
No, she's here now. She had to make a long story short, she was on the island. Something happened. She ended up she went over to Miami. They had to fly her over. She had a brain tumor, non-cancerous. Had surgery a month ago, and now she's here in Rhode Island. She's downstairs as we speak.
And how is she doing?
She's doing good. She's doing good. She's coming along.
Oh wow.
She's coming along. She remembers a lot. She remembers everything. She's doing very well. Very, very well.
Oh my God, Heidi! When you go downstairs and you see her, just please give
She's
her a
probably
big,
listening. Yeah, she's
big.
listening.
It's Jane, right?
Yes, Jane. Yeah.
I got a good memory. So, Jane, if you're listening, I am sending the most healing light and that I can in great energy. And Heidi, when you see her, just give her a big hug. And hopefully she'll give you a big hug. And the hugs are from me, Stephen the Medium.
Okay.
So, Heidi, but
Awesome.
listen, thank you so much for calling.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Thank
listen,
you.
lots of love to you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
So, listen, I know we just have a couple of minutes before the next break, but I will tell you something I wanted to share with everybody. Well, number one, I did share this on Facebook Live about why, because everybody's been asking me why am I doing this? Why am I leaving? They love the show. They love listening to me and Elix. So it really, when I signed up for this, I always thought I was going to do this for 5 years. And even though I'm short, I'm like 4 years and 3 months, whatever the case may be, I just really thought that this is the time, you know. And as I said in Facebook Live, something that, and honestly, Elix has helped me so much with this in learning. And, you know, hopefully as you keep, you know, as you move forward in life, you learn and you get better and better. And one of the things I realized is that, you know, each one of us has this incredible universe that is just designated to us. And our universes want the best for us. They're just waiting to help us, to give us what we want. But one thing that, again, personally for me, my experience is that you have to be either all in or don't do it. And I just really didn't want to be in a situation of thinking, you know, I want to add things. I want to do different things. I want to do new things. But let me just hang on to this amazing radio show until, you know, something else gets bigger and I don't have time. It doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. So I really needed to commit to say, I have loved doing this for over 4 years. I have loved every single person that has called in. I have loved being across from Mark every Wednesday, and of course with Elix right next to me. But it is definitely, it's time. And I think the only way I can move forward is by closing this chapter. And then it's just going to open the space in my energy, in my aura, in my field, to open up something even more incredible. Maybe that's not the right word. It's not more incredible, but it's where it should be at the point that I am, right? The version of Stephen right now, you know, things keep, if I keep growing, and I say this in my class, I learn every single day from doing readings in spirit. So I learn from spirit, and I also want to learn here on this earth, right? Does that am I making sense?
Of course. And that's part of our human experience. We evolve all the time. And like I said on the live, you reached a plateau and you have enough self-awareness to know that this is the time. You could stay in the comfort zone, or you could push and practice getting comfortable with the uncomfortable, which is the only way that you can grow and you can expand and you can reach new heights.
And that, you know what, for everybody that's listening and just listen to what Elix said, and even go back when this is on Facebook and YouTube and on WARA's website to listen to what he just said, because it really is the best advice for every single person in this world, is that, you know, you can't stay with the comfortable unless you just want the adequate life. And adequate may be feeling like it's a good life for you, but it doesn't bring you to those levels that, you know, hopefully we strive for and we get to as we stay on this earth and keep moving forward, and which is, I think, pretty incredible. And besides the fact, we're not going away, right? Elix has a show on Fridays, which I co-host, and you can follow me on my website, follow me on social media, but you can also book an appointment and have me all to yourself, or book with two people and have me and share me, make like a sandwich. I don't know if...
And there's a possibility that, oh God, there's a possibility that this Friday, you may be my guest on my show.
I think
Not
that.
my
I
co-host?
was going to wait till the end of the show. I think it's amazing how I'm finishing today here through the static. We finished with my office packing. The movers are coming tomorrow, and then we have this highlight, or I feel it's a highlight, that Friday I'm your guest. I have never been your guest. I haven't been a guest on anyone's. Well, I have been a guest on radio shows, but yes.
On Mark's.
But
right.
I am very excited about Friday.
Yes.
So
Me
it's
too.
5:45. So we got to take another break, and so just hang in there, and we'll be right back.
It's gonna take a lot of love.
And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium with Coach Elix next to me. Before I just quickly go to the calls, because unfortunately I'm running out of time, I just want to make an announcement that I've got two events coming up November 6th. If you're local, I am going to be in Taunton at Forest Family Fun Center for a fundraiser, which is going to be really cool. It's a Sunday at 5:30. So you don't need to bring your skates. You just need to bring your body, come sit down, and hopefully let me do a reading. And October 31st on Halloween, I'm in P-Town at Water's Edge Cinema. I'm going to be doing readings, and they're going to play a Halloween flick. So let me just go quickly to the callers. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this?
Hello?
Hello. Who's this?
Hi,
Hi.
this is Anne Marie.
Hi, Anne-Marie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you calling just because you have a big basket of fruit for my final show and you're outside the studio waiting for me?
No, but that would have been nice.
Are you kidding? I'm so glad that you just called, that everybody's calling just to, hopefully let us hear your voice and to say farewell.
Yeah, feel well and wish you well on your next venture.
Anne-Marie, thank you so much. I very much appreciate that. And Steelix is just getting going. So it's make sure you watch to see where we're heading and what's going to be happening, because I'm really excited about it.
Is the basket of fruit in the mail?
Sure, I'll put one in the mail.
That didn't sound convincing, Anne-Marie. Stephen, yeah, sure, yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's the slow.
Don't call me, I'll call you.
But Anne-Marie, listen, thank you. I wish I had more time to talk, but I'm running out of time. But I'm so glad I got to hear your voice and got to talk to you.
Sounds good.
Thanks,
Thank
Anne-Marie.
you.
Bye-bye. Lots of love to you.
Bye.
Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Well, I just called a little while ago, and listen, I'm not very technologically savvy, and I'm not good with. Is there a phone number I can call to connect with you, y'all?
Actually, I don't, Bob. Unfortunately, because
Or if I left you, could I leave my number with you, and you can call me when you're able to?
Yeah, I'm sure you can do that. Yeah, I'm sure that won't be a problem. I'm running out of time, so do that, Bob, and we'll be in touch. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
I'll leave my number with the radio station.
All right, perfect. All right, sounds good. Thank you, Bob.
Bye, Bob.
I love these people. I just love everybody that is calling. But let me just tell you quickly, because I 4.5 years or 4 years and plus months or so of doing readings, and I think it's appropriate for me to maybe, I was thinking, what could I give the listeners? Because so many listeners call and are interested in mediums and mediumship because they want to connect to spirit. And I just thought, what could I highlight here that I've learned, even in the 4 years? And one of the things that I just want everybody to think about is that up into a certain amount of years, I had no idea I was a medium. Absolutely, right? Elix, you've been with me since 93. We're heading for 30 years. Absolutely no idea. And 2010, this medium just tells me, we're in her venue, you're a medium and you don't know it. Fast forward a couple of years, after a lot of anxiety, Elix gets me a mediumship certification, and I start figuring this all out. I do my first reading the end of 2014, which is really not that long ago, right? So why I bring that up is for every one of you that are listening that want to connect to spirit or feel like, how come I don't get signs from my mom or my dad or my dog or my child and I don't feel them? You got to understand, and this is what I teach in my class, is that it's not just about this person's more talented, this person's more gifted. It really is about what is going on with you. You need, just like myself, I used to step back and think, why did it take so long? I could have been so far ahead, right, if I knew I was a medium. Why? The reason is I wasn't ready. I had so much stuff going on internally and stuff I was dealing with. And granted, because my dad committed suicide when I was 8, that's a lot of luggage. But we all have luggage, right? We all have baggage with us. But why I wanted to just bring that up is that if there's anything that you feel like you're holding on to, if there's any kind of like guilt or anger, whatever the case may be, please let it go, because that's what spirit wants. That's what your loved ones want. They want to be able to step forward. They're with you all the time, but they want to be able to reach their hand, touch you, and have you feel that. That is not about them. That's about you. That's about us. And that's what I teach in my class, is that, why the class is called a very different mediumship class, is that I didn't want to teach the regular class of, okay, let's meditate, and this is a new meditation, this is this, that. It's really about energy, and it starts with the inventory of ourselves, of you, and figuring out what are you holding on to that is a barrier to connecting with spirit. We're all intuitive, every single one of us. Don't look outside. Don't think I want to be like this medium. How come my aunt, my sister gets connections? Look inside and figure it out. And it doesn't take a lot, even a small step. Just let go of that one thing that you may think you're holding on to. I guarantee you that opens the door to get a sign. How wonderful is that? So I hopefully, I was thinking it was not easy to think of one point to make. So I hope, did you understand that? Was it good?
You're looking at me.
It's good?
Of course.
Mark, it was good?
Yeah, of course it was good. It was awesome. And I think the bottom line is also that don't, when you talk about, you weren't prepared because you had baggage, it's not our life and the circumstances are always going to be there. Our humanness is always going to be there. Is how you relate to the circumstances and how you allow yourself to be open so that the clutter doesn't get in the way. And I think you found a way to deal with the clutter in sort of like.
Well, I got rid of a lot of the clutter.
Yeah.
Dealing with it means that I got rid of it because I needed to get rid of it to open it up to better and not toxic energy. That's what I'm talking about with the inventory, is that our energy is always filled, right? That's part of the law of attraction. So, you have to move something out to move something in. So that's what it's all about. I know we're running out of time, and I know that Mark wanted to ask to
have a word,
sing to me.
Just quick. Of course, Stephen remembers a little over 40 years ago.
I do.
We were all in a conference room.
I do.
And we were pitching our show ideas.
Yes.
To the boss and the hierarchy here.
Yes.
And I started my show 1 week before Stephen.
Yes.
And Jim Jones, our station manager, came up to me and said, would you be the tech guy for this show?
For the Dizzy Psychic.
And thank God for you, Mark.
And I said, yeah. And he said he's going to do it at 5 o'clock after your show. And I said, yeah, I'll do it. And I didn't know how it was all going to turn out. But we've become great friends, Stephen and Felix.
I think it's more like family, Mark.
And yeah.
I agree.
And it's been a pleasure for me. I'm so glad that I could, be a part of this and help you out. The shows were always, we've had quite a run here. And,
we have.
It's been great, and you're always welcome. If you ever get lonely on a Wednesday.
Or you could do a special show here.
Yeah,
I could, and I did speak to Jim about that, which he just, with open arms, said yes. And, I did pretty good. I did almost the entire show without crying. And, of course, you stopped me, Mark. So,
well,
thank you.
I just wanted everybody to know that, I've enjoyed this. It's been great. And I'll be with Elix helping him.
I hope so.
With his
Well,
show.
I couldn't have done it without you, as Jim probably knew. Probably could even detect it with me just looking at me like, this guy is not a tech guy. I could never do what you do. So, Mark, I 100% appreciate, and I know this may sound weird, but I 100% appreciate everything you did for me for over 4 years. Because, again, I couldn't have done that without you. But more importantly, the fact that we got to meet and we got to meet you and your family and love your mom and your dad, and it is like family, means the world to me. So,
and I think it helped out a lot because it freed you,
of course,
to get into the mindset that you need.
And chat with dead people. Yes.
He couldn't do it otherwise. There's no way.
No, absolutely.
He can't even get, directions when he's actually talking to someone live.
That is, as Bob said, the Dizzy Psychic. But I know that we're running out of time. I just want to, first and foremost, just thank the station, thank Jim and everyone that works here, because without Jim, this wouldn't have been possible. And the guys and everybody else at WARA, this is a fantastic, incredible radio station. And, anytime I've asked Jim for something, and I know you know this too, Elix, and you do too, Mark, that Jim just comes to the rescue and figures things out in a very calm way. So, and I hope after 4 years, I have definitely taken some of that calmness. I really do think I have, which has definitely helped me. And for all the people that have called, I will tell you, it's just for over 4 years. It's been the time of my life that I get to speak to people and look at the people that called. And when we do Facebook Live, the comments they make, that is like a family also, right? It's just connecting people to their loved ones. And I will say this to the cows come home. I have the best audience, the most incredible people. And it's sad to do this. I know I'm doing it for a reason, and I know for something moving forward to allow something bigger. And please stay tuned with Steelix, because I know it's everything is just working the way it should be. But the biggest thank you also is to this Puerto Rican next to me, that Elix. Since I brought the show up and I said, will you be my co-host? There was not even a hesitation. And that's my whole life with Elix. I wouldn't be here without Elix, and the fact that you have been on this ride with me with the mediumship piece, even before the mediumship piece, as well as the show. And what I love, as I think I said to Michelle or Heidi or somebody, is that everybody loves Elix. They do. Everybody loves Elix. I swear people come to my events and like push me aside like a Seinfeld episode and go to you. So I just wanted to I love you, Elix, and thank you for doing everything for me. I think I'm going to have to sign off before I do get emotional. I love you guys. And
we love you too.
for the last time, a lot of love. Bye-bye.